As without ceasing, I remember you in my prayers night and day. Paul remembered his son in the faith, Timothy, in prayer, in his prayer all the time. How many times have we prayed for our family members to get saved? How many times have we prayed for our coworker, to come to know the Lord? Maybe, after a day or two, you're like, okay, I give up. I don't want to pray for that person anymore. They were never going to come to know Jesus as Lord and Savior. You see, here's the thing. You give up, God is always faithful. God is going to bring such person to the Lord because, he's always faithful to his promises. So that none will perish, but everyone will come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. You see, we're going to give up in prayer, but God is never going to give up on us. See, Paul constantly praying for his son in the faith, Timothy, day and night and day. And as without ceasing, I remember you. Paul prayed for Timothy every day without ceasing. And without ceasing, he constantly made mention of Timothy in his prayer. Every day. He didn't come to a point where he said, you know what, I'm going to stop praying for my son in the faith. No, he was constantly, all the time, night and day, praying for his son. The word ceasing means come to an end, halt, or stop. But in our text, it means unceasing, not coming to an end, but continual, meaning that we are to continue in prayer. Timothy was on Paul's prayer list. He made it a regular practice to pray without ceasing for Timothy and those who were precious to him in the faith. Do we have a prayer list in our own lives? Do we have a list that we pray for people in our lives? Maybe, people that has done you wrong. Are you praying for them? But here's the thing. How are we praying for such people? Are we praying for them that God will just, wipe them out? Or are we praying that God will just save them? Right? You see, there's a difference there. Because sometimes we pray for people, I go, Lord, I hope you just, strike him with the jawbone of a donkey. Right? And sometimes that's our prayer. We pray for people. We don't pray a prayer, Lord, would you just change his heart? But see, sometimes, here's what happened. Maybe our prayer is that, Lord, you change my heart towards that person. You change my heart towards that person because I know the problem is his, but I know that the bigger problem is me because I'm prideful and I want to wipe him out. And so would you change my heart, Lord? See, it starts with us. It starts with us. And so Paul made it a regular practice to pray without ceasing for Timothy and those who are precious to him in the faith. He made it a regular practice every day. Do we make prayer a regular practice in our own lives? I don't think so, because the church nowadays, when the prayer meeting is called, nobody shows up. You see, there was a book that was written by a pastor that says, you can tell how popular Jesus is on Tuesday night. That was a prayer meeting. But you can tell how popular the pastor is on Sunday morning because everybody comes to hear the pastor. You see, nobody comes on Tuesday night because Tuesday night is prayer night. But that's the night that should be full because God wants to speak to us. God desires to speak to us in a special, unique way. But we don't want to come because we don't want to sit there and figure, well, what am I supposed to do? Just pray for people? God wants to speak to us, folks. He desires to speak to our hearts. He desires to change our lives so that we are able to bring things before his throne room. You see, when you pray to God, it teaches us how to communicate. For those who are married, maybe your communication stinks, and so maybe you should learn how to communicate to God first so that when you pour out your heart to the Lord, God's going to show you how to pour out your heart to your wife and to your husband. Communication is vital. So let's practice, on a regular basis, praying before God.